Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Leo Interviews. Today we have Anthony with us.
Hello, everybody.
Are you ready to go ahead and get into this podcast?
Yeah, let's do it, man. I'm
Okay.
excited to be here.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Let's go ahead and get into it. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Oh, see, what do you want to know?
I guess nothing too specific.
Okay, yeah. So I live here in Austin, Texas, as you know. I'm married to my wife Jill, and I've got 2 kids through adoption. Who you know, right?
Yes, Miles and Daisy.
And let's see, I've been here since the end of 2019, so 6 years, a little over 6 years now, right? Isn't that, if I'm doing the math?
2000.
I think so.
Yeah, wait. I guess 7 years because it's 2026 now.
So
yeah, 7 years.
whatever that is, that's 6 or 7.
We're not good at math, guys, so please don't call us out.
We have people for that.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, we got the people with glasses. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Which I do have.
Yes. They're like right here.
Yeah. So 6 or 7 or 6, 7. You know,
Oh,
whatever.
dear Lord.
We're gonna cut that part. My kids have embedded that in my head. Anyway.
Actually, I don't know if you heard of this. It's this thing called the Great Meme Reset has happened.
I haven't.
It started as soon as it was 2026, and basically all like the 6, 7, and like all those other memes, everyone's just gonna forget about them, and it's gonna be like the 2000 memes.
Thank
I know,
the
yeah,
good
that's
Lord.
Yes.
On that, because I have heard it. Like we
Yeah.
just went on a road trip to Kansas City to visit with our family.
Take
over
an
the holidays.
exit at Highway 67.
Yeah. So anytime there was something like, there's work it in. So you imagine like 12 hours of that.
Oh, gosh.
So hearing a reset is really that's exciting for me. So
Yeah.
thank you for letting me know that.
Yeah, so like the neon cat, like the Pop-Tart cat, the flying one. I don't know if you know
I haven't
it.
seen that yet.
Okay, but it's like one of the like original
Maybe you can
memes.
just you can edit that into this episode so people can see.
Yeah. Our editor is gonna be my dad, George. Could you maybe like just search on Google for like neon cat or like rainbow neon cat, something like that? It's like a Pop-Tart cat. I'm sure most of my people watching already know what it is. But
All right. Cool.
yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So let's see. I've been an entrepreneur for over 17 years now. So not quite as long as your dad, but pretty close, and have seen a lot of changes through that time. But I'm really excited to see how things are shifting in the market. A lot of people see with AI and everything, people are a little bit scared and worried about that. And I think there are some things to be concerned about that are relevant, but I also think there is some really cool stuff, or really some cool stuff that you get excited about when it comes to business.
Yeah. As you just mentioned, cool stuff is I don't know if you heard of this tool. It's called Base 44. It basically is you can build your own website without having to code. I guess you could go to ChatGPT, give me a prompt for this to put into Base 44. My dad could probably explain it to you after this, but once he's done.
We'll debrief.
Yeah,
So
but
Base 44, that sounds pretty cool.
yeah, so you just say, here's what I want, make a template, and then you can add changes and all that. And I actually have my very own website. It's like a gaming website already.
That's amazing. See, that's the thing. It's like things that we could never do before that wouldn't take like weeks or months, we could do in minutes now, which is really cool. So I think there's a lot of opportunity, especially for the younger people out there, to really get educated on what AI can do and how, more specifically, how to use it, because there's a lot of business owners out there, like even in my generation, that they just don't understand it yet, and they know it's there, but they just don't know how to use it or apply it to their business. And that's also one of the things that we do in my business, is we help our clients to be able to leverage certain applications and technology that will allow them to go and find more money in their business and bring that money to their bottom line that's unrealized. And we do that through different things, using LinkedIn and email marketing. And typically, Leo, because you asked, people always say, well, what do you do? And for me, it's always like, well, there's so many different things that we do, but essentially what we do is we help, we're a revenue generation company. So we help businesses essentially find revenue in their business that they're overlooking, and then go in and help them to take that revenue and bring it to their bottom line so that they can actually what's called realized revenue, right? Because there's so much waste, and there's I can't think of a business that we've worked with or consulted with that didn't have money somewhere they're losing in their business. They could easily go and just, if they had the right process, the right strategy, to take that money and actually bring it, like I said, bring it to their bottom line and use it in their business to go, buy more advertising or to grow their company.
I think there are like some pros and cons having AI. The pro being like, it can you can use it to build a website, or you can use it to let's say, ChatGPT, give me the answers for the test. Okay, college is hard. Just tell me what X divided by G is, or something like that. It's like, okay, here you go. It's like, yes. so that's a pro, but I think the con is AI might take over. And I don't know if you've seen videos on Facebook and Instagram, but there's there's this one robot that's downtown, that it's supposed to be like a cowboy, or no, a police officer robot. It's very simple. It's small. If you could probably kick it over and use it as a soccer ball, so it's not gonna harm you, but still, this is it might be the first stages of AI taking over us.
Well, that's kind of scary for sure, but I do think so we're believers, right? I believe in God, and I think that there's a lot of worry about that, but I don't think ultimately it will happen. And I think that's just because AI can't feel, it can't think creatively.
Yeah, it can't feel emotions.
Yeah, there's so many different things that if you think about what we're doing right here, it'd be hard. If I was a robot and you were talking to me, it'd be hard to have that connection, right? You couldn't really feel the emotion, like you said.
Yeah, it's almost like talking to a wall, kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And while they can, it's pretty impressive what they can do now, it's still missing that live human connection that we all, we thrive on that. We really need that as human beings.
Yeah. And I think sometimes that might be the problem, of gaming platforms. Back then, it was just, they all had persons in case someone filed a report against some hacker, let's say, right? Or your account got terminated, so they're hey, could you or banned your account, so hey, can we file a report, do that.
Yeah.
And it would all be humans, but nowadays it's automated.
Yeah.
Thankfully Steam still has humans, so that's good.
Well, that's a great point, because I've heard I have quite a few friends that they run advertising for companies, and so if you think about Facebook right now, Facebook is also gone to, like you're talking about, it's all AI. You can't really get a hold of a person there anymore. So now it's if you have a problem and maybe the problem isn't legitimate, and let's say that you can't run ads anymore, right? Which is bad for your business, right? If you can't get your message out there, and now you can't have any, you spot that there's an error and you can't figure out why they're not letting you run advertising. Can't talk to somebody, then it's a big problem, right?
Yeah.
You're you got to have a human being there that can reason with you and say, oh, you know what, you're right. Actually, that wasn't an error, and turn your account back on. But it's becoming a big issue.
Also, probably another problem is, sometimes if AI makes a mistake and bans your account, you'll reach out and say, because everything nowadays is always automated, right? So you can be hey, could you can we see what I did wrong, And the thing is, sometimes if AI does mess up, it'll say that, because AI is not always gonna be smart, yes, if you make it smart, then of course, but let's say it makes a mistake with your account, and it's I don't see nothing wrong here, but yet there is. So then it's okay, great. So now Xbox whole team of I guess, I don't know what you would call it, but the team that helps you get your account back is automated.
Right.
It's full of robots. I'm cooked. I don't know an employee that used to work there. What do I do?
Yeah, therein lies the problem that we're talking about. And so I think that ultimately you're gonna have to have humans somewhere in the business. So I am a fan of AI. I do like it. I do use it. Lots of my clients use it. And we do recommend certain applications and technology for them. But I am not a fan of trying to replace, I think the best way to put it is relationships, right? So we're building relationships. Like you and I, we build a relationship over the years,
like
right?
talking, that's building a relationship.
You've come to know me and you know, gotten to know who I am and my family is, and we've become friends, right? And that is a relationship. And it's really hard because a lot of people, they ask me all these questions about AI, and a lot of times they're trying to replace that, because it's not hard to build relationships, but it takes time, right? And this instant gratification that we all want, it's like we want it right now. You can't build relationships like that. And so what a lot of people are trying to do is build relationships by using AI without having to put that time in and the care that it takes to build a true relationship. But at the end of the day, all businesses and really everything in our life is built off of real, genuine, solid relationships. Because if you can't build a good relationship, or if you don't have good relationships in business, your business doesn't last very long. So if you take that element out of the equation, you'll be in big trouble. It may not hurt you right now, but eventually over time, it'll
catch up to
you.
you.
Because then I believe that you, like Leo, you who you are as a person is your biggest competitive advantage over anybody else. Nobody can be Leo. Nobody. Right? Only you. Same with me. Nobody can be Anthony. And everybody else, it's
unless
like that's
you have a twin brother.
unless they clone you, right? They
yeah.
use that. But still, you're going to have your own personality. You're going to have your own quirks, your own opinions, all those things that make you unique and amazing, right? You're like we're told we're built we're made perfectly imperfect, right, by our Creator, and we should embrace that, and we should run with that and allow that to be our biggest competitive advantage.
What is your biggest challenge, and how did you overcome it?
Man, like just any challenge.
Yeah, or the biggest, baddest, the tip at the top of biggest.
Well, there's a lot, because you know, in this world, in this life, and in business, the only thing that's guaranteed is challenges, right? God tells us that, you know, you're going to face trials and tribulations your entire life. And, you know, I would say that there's many things in my life that have been challenging. Some of the biggest have been, I've had, one time I had a really bad business breakup, and I was doing really, really well. Like, making a lot of money, making a lot of solid impact in people's lives. One of my business partners pulled a trick on me, and essentially underhandedly took half of the business. And it was during a time when, you may not know this, but Miles, my son, when he was about 9 months old, he almost died. And not to go like, you know,
deep.
dark on this deep, but essentially he
we're not trying to be like, you know, a sad, like, crazy, like, Batman, Superman, like, dark story.
Right, we're not going like crazy dark, because there is a happy ending, right? There's a happy ending, but
and we lived happily ever after.
Absolutely, right? Because we're still here, right? Today was it's a blessing to be here, and I'm, you know, like I said, I'm so honored to be here with you. But so essentially he almost died, and to the point where I was giving him CPR. And we had to be in the hospital for a couple of days. And during that time, my business partner at the time, he did some things that caused me to sign paperwork under duress. And that's kind of a big word, but essentially I was stressed out, right? I was worried about
for all the non-nerds. For all the people who probably don't wear glasses.
But it was, right. And hey, let's do this just so people, this is going to increase my intelligence, right? Perceived intelligence by 10% at least, right? So we'll do this.
Look, guys, I can see it. He like gained intelligence somehow.
I appreciate that.
And then he lost it when he took off the glasses.
And there it goes. And there it goes. So essentially, the point with that is, like, the biggest challenge was, so when I was in the hospital, I realized that nothing meant more than family, right? And it didn't matter how much money I was making or anything. But when I came out of that, I realized it was hard, right? It was really hard for a long time. But then you know what I had? I had my faith.
Yeah.
And my faith allowed me to realize that, like, literally when I was giving Miles CPR, I heard a voice. Like, he wasn't breathing. And I almost gave up because I was like, he's not coming back. Yeah. And I heard a voice say, roll him over. Anthony, turn him over one more time. And I did it, and he took a breath, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank you, God.
Yeah.
And then I heard that same voice about 2 months after I had this really bad business breakup. And it said, get up and get moving again. And I realized that I have all these skills that I've acquired by building that business. And so what I did is I turned that into a positive. And I would say that, again, the challenge was that overcoming it was because I had my faith and hope. Hope is it's like magic, right? It's the closest thing to magic that's truly magical is hope. Because if you lose hope, then you won't even try. But if you have hope, you know that there's a possibility. And if you know there's a possibility,
then you're like, I have a chance.
Yeah.
It's a 0 point, very small that I probably don't know the number. But I bet all the nerds watching this probably, it's like a 0.00, and you have to keep saying 0 for like 5 minutes, 0.1% chance. But I'm going to take it.
You're right. Even if there
gamble.
is, right? And a lot of times we have a lot higher percentage, of the probability of coming out of it. But the point is, right, hope is like everything. And so anytime somebody, and I know you've been around people that had challenges in their life, right? And like how they got through it was hope, right?
Yeah.
And so it's really important to maintain that. For me, I use that. Like, so any challenge I go through, I know like take a step back and I look for my answer, not necessarily in the world, but like from the Bible, right? Because there's an answer in there for almost every problem that you might ever experience and can think of, right?
This chair is annoying because like I'll be here and it just moves by itself. So I'm trying to like stay right here, and then I take my feet off. And then sorry guys, these chairs are weird.
It's very but they're really comfortable.
Yeah. They're I could probably sleep in it, just take a nap.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But sorry guys for these. I mean, they're comfortable, but like. Maybe until we get the actual studio.
This is where we should go into commercial about the chairs and then contact the company and tell them that.
If the company who made these chairs are watching, maybe like fix the problem because
I'll fix the problem, right? Yeah, no, don't. I was thinking more of they could pay you some advertising.
Oh, okay.
But you're right. You're right. You don't want to resell them to people if there's a problem. That's another important lesson, right? You don't want to sell people something that's not legit.
When you are scared, what is something that helps you feel brave again?
So I speak on stages sometimes, and people they always say this to me. They're like, "Man, you seem like such a natural when you're speaking on." And I'm like, inside I'm not. Like, I went through. I used to have social anxiety disorder, and what that means is that I'd get really freaked out and have panic attacks when I was around other people, and it was during a really stressful, time in life. But I used to have that, and so it doesn't ever go away completely, but you learn to manage it. And so I often get scared when I come to do this stuff, or if I like. But it's easier because I know we're friends. Yeah. But it doesn't matter. There's still like a fear there, a real fear, whether I'm speaking on stage, going on a podcast, doing a webinar, going to a networking event or whatever. The way that I handle that is I realize that fear is a liar, right? Fear just wants to keep us from our best. And if we listen to those voices from fear, we'll never be able to be the best that we're created to be, live our best lives. And so I think about that a lot, but then I also think about
fear kind of keeps us safe as well sometimes.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so you're right.
Like if we see let's say we're in the airplane, I'm in a window seat, I look over to my right, the right wing is burning. Without fear, we'd be like scrolling on TikTok.
All right, they'll take care of itself.
Not all fear should be gone, but we should at least have, some fear that makes us stay safe.
You manage it, right? You manage the fear, and you discern as a human being. You figure out, is it a fear that needs to have you take an action that could save your life or keep you safe, or is it a fear that's just there, that's trying to keep you from growing, right? And in the context of speaking on stage, I just remember that, and this could be a lesson to everybody watching this, because I've heard a lot of people have the same thing. And this was taught to me by a mentor. I give credit to all my mentors over the years because I didn't figure all this stuff out myself.
If any of the mentors are watching, you just got shout out. So
thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
I love you. Much love to you. Right. So thank God for mentors. Thank God for God. Right. Yeah. But one of my mentors, his name's Carl, good friend, and he talks about going on stage and how he just focuses on the audience, like delivering value. So if you don't focus on yourself and you think about how can I deliver value to these people that I'm in front of and put the focus on them, it takes all the focus off you. And once you do that, you perform better, you take that fear and it subsides, it goes away. And it's just a little trick that I use every time, because every time I go on it's like scary. And so, but you know what they say, like, it's like it's courage, right? Having the courage to face that fear and do it anyway. And that builds your confidence over time. So when I come to do a podcast with my friend Leo, and he's showing it to, hundreds or thousands of people out there.
Don't worry, this if this like video gets like 30 views or like close to 100, then we have a problem. But don't worry, it normally sits at like somewhere from like 1 or like 0 to 10. So we're good. So
well, I have a feeling that might change for you over time.
Yeah,
so.
over time. But for right now, there's probably like 2 nerds watching this.
It's okay. You know what? We're all nerds to some degree, right?
Yeah.
So
I've like this whole podcast has just been like something like for an 80-year-old grandma to understand. We've all been calling it like doing stuff simple words. Maybe we should add like a button for like nerds to just click it and it makes everything like their language.
Oh yeah, it just translates over to
Yeah.
what do you call nerd language?
Nerd language, nerd language probably is when they somehow like added letters into like math. Like I thought it was just numbers. Like what? Like
English or Spanish, is it like nerdlish?
yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Nerdish, something like that.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Yeah. No, I love it.
But still, one thing that I don't understand is why is there like words in math? Like I always like I get that's like algebra that's later. I have to do that, which it ain't looking too good.
Yeah.
but like
ChatGPT.
yeah.
No.
I might have to recall it why I
You know
said.
what? But you know what? Here's the thing too. Like you got to remember that you don't want to lean on that too much, because the other risk is that young generation is going to lose their ability to creatively think, right? And so if you rely on AI that much, you lose that ability, because you have to continue to build that muscle. It's like a muscle, right? It's
Yeah.
like if you go to the gym,
The brain is a muscle as well.
yeah, you got to continue to work it and challenge it and learn. It's really, really important, right? So, but yeah, go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying like I bet like just still in like algebra. Like why would we put words into like numbers? Like are we doing coding or what?
Well, it feels like that, right? Because I
Yeah.
remember going through that. It was really challenging.
And then
It was
like
for me anyway.
Yeah, you have to do like x divided by.
But if you can
find
figure
the-
that out, right? So you're thinking, it almost like hurts your head. But what's happening is you're challenging your brain to expand and think, right? And that's what we need more of in the generations that come, I think, so we don't lose it with all the technology that's coming out.
Yeah, because I think like technology is gonna make us like lazy to a point like we're probably our future great grandsons will just be like probably 1,000 pounds and be like, hey Alexa, order me Domino's right now. The card is like some random number and order it now. I'm hungry. And then like the pizza arrives and they're like,
You just don't go anywhere. You just sit there and you never do anything.
While watching TV, it's like, Google Bing, bring me my pizza from the door.
Well, if I'm around and that happens, I don't know what I'm going to think.
Yeah.
If my kids are doing that, I'm going to give them a really hard time.
No, you go to a restaurant, order pizza yourself.
You have to get up and move around.
Yeah.
You have to move around. Like,
Yeah.
you just have to.
Yeah. Well, I guess, are you ready for the last question?
Hey, this is your show, so whatever you need, I'm here to support you, man.
All right. Well, everyone knows that this is the last question because I always say it is the last. Because it actually is the last. It makes sense that'd be the last if it's called the last.
That does make sense.
Yeah. To nerds, that'd probably be like super high vocabulary words. We might have to add a button to where nerds click it, and then like all our words just become like 10 times
Nerdlish
more. Yeah,
goes from English into
yeah.
nerdlish,
Yeah, nerdlish. Yes.
or whatever that process would be.
Maybe we should just eat nerds to become nerds.
You think if we ate enough that it might happen?
Or we just get like really fat. and maybe end up with
Really
diabetes.
unhealthy,
Yeah.
so they're probably not good for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Anyway,
That's
well,
true.
are you ready for the last question?
I think I am.
Okay. Now, if you had to pick between a carrot and a cucumber, which would it be?
Ooh, I would say a cucumber.
Okay. Cucumbers. I like both, so anyone who agrees with that, you're good with me. But if you say, I know someone who is going to be editing this video is not going to like our new final questions. I know it's you. You're editing this video, and I see you. Is there like a link or, maybe a website or anything where people can find out more about you?
Yeah. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So
I'm trying to, just back to back.
Oh yeah, you know what you're doing. You're doing.
I
So let me
got your
just,
flank, you got my flank.
let me just get. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
We'll cover each other's sixes, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So people can go to foundmoneypartnerships.com and you can send me an email at anthony@foundmoneypartnerships.com and there might be I might be able to come up with some other stuff to give away to the audience for just to give them some value, and then you'll probably put that somewhere on the page where this is at. But yeah, I would say happy to talk to anybody that wants to learn more about what we do, or generally speaking, people are always they're intrigued by like, what do you mean about this found money stuff, right? Because it's wild. There's just so many ways to pull that money out that they're not seeing right now or losing, and bringing it back into their business. The one thing I would say too, in parting, is we talk about making a lot of money in business, right? And you've interviewed a lot of successful people.
Yeah.
And it's great to make all that money, but it's also great to be able to give back, right? And that's the whole thing. Like, as people learn more about me and my adoption story with not only me, but also my kids and why I decided to go that route, a huge advocate for adoption and foster care. So, and anytime I get an opportunity to plug that, which is what I'm doing right now.
And I just want to point out something. Probably in the future, when I have 1 million subscribers, it's, oh hey, he gave a link. Let's go to his link. So
yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
And so the more that we can do that's serving the world well, and that was kind of like my point, is talking about like giving to good causes, but then we as successful business people that make money, we also want to protect that money and grow that money so we can have more to be able to give more. And so that's one of the things we didn't talk about, and if people are interested in learning about it, is we have a real estate fund that allows people to make what we call passive income and to protect their wealth. And so
it's almost kind of like a cycle. So you do protect, protect, grow, give.
Yeah.
Protect, grow, give, and repeat. It's just a cycle, endlessly.
Yeah, make it so you generate it, then you protect and grow, and then give back. And so it's a cycle. But we created that because not to get into complicated topics, which I'm sure you probably understand, but
the old nerds would probably understand.
Yeah.
I know that there's probably someone watching with glasses.
When I finish this part, I'm gonna put these on for now. Just so I look smarter.
So you look more genius.
Yeah, exactly.
I can tell already that your IQ has gone up by 10.
I appreciate that. Hopefully, and if you guys feel the same way, give Leo some love and comment and engage with the video. But yeah,
I think the comments are off because I'm not 16. I think you have to be 16 or for comments. But who cares at this point?
Whatever it is,
yeah,
right?
Just like and subscribe, I guess.
Like and subscribe, right? But yeah, so as you start making all this money, and so for your generation too, as you get older, you want to focus on that too. I know your dad talks about that too, because we actually are partnering in some things, protecting your money and using it for good and growing it, not just paying a bunch of taxes on it and all that stuff. And that's why we created the real estate fund. And so I'd say for you, as you're growing up, look at those opportunities, pick them out, make sure that you do those things too. So don't only make the money, but do good with the money, protect the money, and grow the money.
Yeah.
So you can do a lot more.
Exactly. But I'm telling you, there is definitely a nerd watching. I just know there is.
Well, now that we put these on, I think we're going to keep their attention. So
Yeah. Nerds don't click off.
funny.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna be the end of the podcast. Remember, guys, to like and subscribe because I'm kind of no, I'm just kidding. We're not homeless, but might be living on a highway. No, I'm just kidding. But it would be nice for you guys just to subscribe and like. Yeah. Until next time, guys. It was nice meeting you, Anthony.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you
Yes.
for having me on. Anytime you want me to come back, happy to do so.
Yes, of course. Well, until next time, guys. Bye. Just smile and wave at the camera. Yep. Yeah. Okay. I think my dad. I think Dad's gonna edit this part out soon. So, yeah. Okay. Bye.